A big part of my Sunday routine is actually shaving my face. And the first time I shared it, I was a little nervous just at the reaction, but now it's just something that I own because I've always been really self-conscious about my skin having darker hair on it. I didn't know that there was something I could actually be doing about it, and not only be doing about it, but it's actually good for your skin. So to start, you are just going to wash your face with a gentle, mild cleanser and throw your hair back. I just use this. It's really, really simple. And then if you don't put your hair back, like I have all these flyaways, you just want to put like a headband on. So I'm going to start by washing my face. And a little trick, if you don't know, is actually when you wash your face, you know how like the water just drips all down your arms? If you just throw 2 little scrunchies on your wrists when you wash your face, it keeps it from just like dripping everywhere. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll show you guys everything else. So now that I've washed my face, you really want your skin to be completely dry and clean. Like, don't put any lotions on or serums or anything. You're gonna wanna do that after because your skin's going to be so smooth and just soak up all of the serums and things you put on it. So I'm just gonna put this toner over my face, let it dry, and then get started. Okay. I'm gonna let this dry. So these are the razors that I use. They are Tinkle razors. I think you get a 6-pack on Amazon for $4.25 or something. I love them, they're awesome. You don't need to buy some fancy, extravagant, I don't know, razor from like electronic or anything like that. These work great and they're super inexpensive. I usually use mine, I don't know, 3 or 4 times. I don't know what's standard, but I probably use it 3 or 4 times before throwing it out. You can see, hopefully, like just this little blade. And then I just clean it with alcohol and put it away at the end. So what I do is I go in, and I always start over here just because that's where I have the most of it. And so I just like to start there, no reason. You're gonna pull the skin up a little bit. You want it to be tight, and then go at a 45-degree angle. So if you have it straight like this, like you could potentially cut yourself. Really, the razor's not that sharp, so I've never cut myself with it, but you wanna go at a 45-degree angle, and I go down with the hair first, and then I clean it off, and then I go to get closer. I go actually against it. So let's get started. And I'm doing little baby strokes. You can see any of the hair on there. You can see a little bit. You can see some of it there. It'll just come right off. It's really good for your skin because it's just exfoliating it. It comes off real easily, and it makes your skin feel amazing. It does not grow back darker. It's gonna grow back the exact same way. Another thing to note is if you do have like breakouts that could have bacteria in them, you want to avoid that. Don't go over it because it can spread the bacteria on your skin. Also with moles, I never go over moles or anything like that. You have the option to go over your entire face, but I really just focus on my like sides, my cheeks, my chin, my lip, and then I'll go like in between my eyebrows, but I don't really do my forehead or my nose. I know you can do your nose and it helps get not breakouts, but blackheads off of your nose. I just like don't really have a desire to mess with it. It seems a little like tricky, and so I just don't. I also don't do anything with my forehead because I've never really been like worried about it or self-conscious. So just kind of do whatever works for you and however much you want to take off. And if you're nervous, maybe just start with like your lip and see how it grows back, but you'll see that it, like, nothing weird happens. It doesn't grow back any darker, it doesn't grow back thicker. Like, I was so worried that would happen, and it does not at all. Like, you can't even see. I'm trying to show you guys like what's coming off, and truthfully, like, the first time I did it, it was crazy because, like, obviously it was a lot longer and darker at that time, and I was like, oh no, what have I done? And now nothing. Like, I find it really therapeutic actually, which is why I like to do it on Sundays, because it's just like part of my self-care and it doesn't take long. It's like a little treat. Now that I've gone down all of this side, I'm gonna just go up against it because I'll get it a lot closer that way. To about here because that's where I can start seeing darker hair, but like I said, you can totally do your whole forehead if you want. This is just what I prefer. This is dangerous because it's dangerous getting close to my eyebrows while I'm trying to do it in this camera right now. I always do it in the mirror. Under my chin, not just like, I always do my chin, and you'll see your pores are like really exposed, and it's so tempting to just like, I'm a picker, so I want to like get in there, but just try to let it exfoliate and don't mess with your face, because I create problems. Like, I create skin problems that don't exist because I'll see like a blackhead or, I don't know, a clogged pore, and then I pick at it so much that I create like a scab on my face. So I will say it's gonna get tempting because you're gonna see like it's getting all that dead skin off, so your pores are like there, but just use that to your advantage to really soak in like all of your lotions and serums and things, instead of being like me and being like, oh, gotta dig at it. But yeah, I also do it like under my chin, just a little bit, because I have like, it's darker hair under there. And again, I just wish someone would have told me this in high school, because or in college, I was so self-conscious about it all the time. I could see it. I knew other people could see it, but they were too nice to say anything. I would ask them and they'd be like it's a little bit darker, but it's not bad. Like, I wouldn't notice unless you pointed it out. I don't believe them, because I could see it, and especially when you're looking in a car mirror, that lighting destroys you. So this has made me like my confidence so much better. Just like having like this baby face almost is so satisfying, and I just hope that it gives people confidence that they want it, because if I had known and people just normalized this, that girls shave their face, then I wouldn't have had that problem for like, well, literally like all of my life until the past like year. I started doing this like a year ago. You're gonna find yourself making really weird faces to try to get it, because you want your skin to be tight where you go over it. And sometimes I'm like doing the weirdest stuff just to get the closest one. But you also want to be careful to not go over it too many times, because you can over exfoliate, just like anything. You know, once you do it, just let it chill, because it's tempting to just be like, oh, I'm gonna go and get closer and closer and closer, which like I personally just don't think is great for the skin. I'm not like an esthetician or anything like that, but I just know there's been times where I've like been like, oh, this feels so good, or I'm getting so close, and then later I'll put something on my skin and I'm like, it kind of stings a little bit. So just be careful of that. So pretty much done. Want to get under my jawline a little bit. And once you're done, you're just gonna go back over with your toner, or you can lightly wash your face again. It's already really clean. I don't feel like I said, unless you go over, like if you have acne and you go over a pimple or a blemish and then you feel like the bacteria spread and it was whether it was an accident or you just weren't aware, I would definitely go back in and just kind of like wash your face, or at least that area, to make sure that the bacteria doesn't spread. But I feel pretty good about it, so I'm just gonna go back over with this toner. I really feel like this is making my face look a lot more red than it is in real life. So when I look in the mirror, it doesn't really look that way, but when I look in the camera, there's a little screen above the lens I'm looking at, and my skin looks a lot more irritated than it is in real life. Like, it looks red there, but it's not red at all in person. Okay, now that this has been dried, I'm gonna go in with my serum, and you can go in with any that you have. I have been using this Mad Hippie Vitamin C serum, so I'm just gonna go in. Your face is just really ready to soak up whatever you put on it. So if you do have any serums, this is the perfect time, or like a lotion, to get it really soaked in. And after that, I'm gonna go in with my lotion. I just use this one. It's really basic, simple. I've never been one to have like a really in-depth skincare routine. Right now I'm dealing with a little bit of hormonal acne because I'm about to start my period, and also I feel like there's just like a little bit of adult acne that kind of happens. But my skin, I mean, looks a lot better in real life than it is right now on this camera. I'll just say that. I feel like with skincare, it's more about consistency than, like, you don't need this 28-step routine. It's kind of like cleanse your face, put on your moisturizer, put on your serum if you have any, SPF, and you're good to go. Don't leave makeup on your face when you go to bed. Other than that, like, I think all the other stuff is just extra, but I could be wrong. I'm not like a skin guru. I'm a foodie, so take whatever I'm saying with a grain of salt. So that is that. I'm all shaved and done. And so now I answer some questions that you guys submitted, and I'm gonna grab my phone and do that. Kind of went over some of these while I was talking, but does it grow back darker? No, it's gonna grow back the exact same color that it was before. Mine even seems to be a little bit lighter. I don't know if that's actually accurate or if there's just less of it on there now for me to notice. But no, doesn't grow back darker. Will it be prickly? I mean, it's just like any hair that grows back. It's not like you're using a blade, so it's obviously not like if you wax something, you're getting out the root. So I think it grows back maybe a little softer, but I would never wax my face. That just sounds really painful. But no, it's not prickly. It's still really soft. Like, it just feels like soft hair on your face if you feel it. Do you go against the hair or with it? So like I said, I like to go with it at first and then I go against it. I just feel like that works best for me. How often do you need to shave? I shave one time every probably like 10 days or so. I think it's been almost 2 weeks since the last time I did, so usually like between 10 to 14 days I'll do it. I don't think you really want to do it too often because I think you can over exfoliate, and again, not a skin guru, so this is just what I've been doing, and I've been doing it for like a year and it's been great. Do you have to shave your whole face? No, you can do whatever sections you want. I would just be careful because even things you might not notice, like it might make the other hair stand out more than it did before, because for me, I know that I have some darker hair right here that probably wouldn't be as noticeable, but because this is completely shaved, Like, that's why I still go up a little bit here, but like I don't do my forehead, I don't really do my nose. How do you clean the razors? Yeah, you're just gonna pour rubbing alcohol over them. So I'll just pour alcohol over this and wipe it off and then put the cap back on it. And the next one is how many times can you use it? So a few times is what I do. I do like 3 or 4 times before I feel like I can't anymore. And yeah, so that's it. And that is usually what I do on Sundays. Like I said, it really doesn't take that long. I think before I was like, oh, if I add this in, it's just one more thing I have to do. Like, what if I don't have time to keep up with it? Is my hair just gonna grow back and then everyone's gonna see it because it's like this daunting task? But it's not at all. It's so easy. It takes literally no time. You can start doing it basically. Don't do it with your eyes closed, but you can basically get to the point where like I'm doing it in this little screen right here and I'm not worried about it. So highly recommend if you've been thinking about it. If it's something you're self-conscious about, don't be. We all have hair on our face, just people don't talk about it. And yeah, if you have any other questions, just leave them in the comments below or shoot me a DM and I'm happy to answer them.